Hi everybody, thank you all for the wonderful comments and thank you for the shout outs. I've been getting a couple of those Exo, Hannah, and Emily Chells. I'm going to put their links right there. But they're really sweet people, so motivational, and thank you so much. I love this weight loss community. It's great. You know, you guys rock. So this is my summary for day 11 and day 12. The 31st, day 11, I ate a total of 1,059 calories, and I burned 500 calories. It wasn't that much. I did breastfeeding, I did some treadmill time, and I did go on a walk. So on day 11, I ate a total of 1,059 calories, and I burned 500. Now, I'm trying to find this balance where I'm still able to eat a minimum amount of calories and still be able to breastfeed. So my maximum I found is about 1,500 and still being able to breastfeed. I know I can definitely do that much. I'm kind of testing the waters by going down a few days and going up, and hey, you know, I've been eating a lot of fruits and vegetables lately, and it's amazing how much you can eat and stay under 1,200 calories. Like, 1 cup of okra is 30 some calories, 31 calories for a whole cup of okra, and I love my okra. It's so filling, and I like the ooey gooiness of it. It's really yummy, and of course mushrooms. Day 11, the 31st, I ate for breakfast. I had oatmeal and raisins. I had coffee. For a snack, I'm making this like I'm baking. Cut 2 yellow squash in half. I put 2 cups of okra and 2 cups of spinach, and I dice up 2 tomatoes. Okay. Now, and I cover it with aluminum foil. I poke 3 holes in the top, like with a knife or whatever, you know, just slide 3 holes in the top, and you bake it until however you like it, you know, it's cooked. Another thing that you can do to get some more flavor is just put your choice seasoning on top. Or what I did with the tomatoes is I went ahead and I boiled up the tomatoes with some garlic and some ginger and different seasonings, so that the vegetables could be a little bit more soft and mushy. I like that. But that was really yummy. And 1 serving of that, 1 whole squash, 1 cup of okra, tomato, and the spinach is 93 calories. And you will literally be full off of that. So you don't have to put the spinach if you don't like spinach. You don't have to put different stuff in. You can throw in mushrooms. You can throw in your onions. And it is so yummy. So good. So I'm trying to figure out different ways to cook my vegetables and taste delicious and change it up. Now, one thing I wanted to share really quick is I'm trying to cut back on a lot of my sugars, and that means no sugar in my morning oatmeal. But the oatmeal can get pretty bland. So what I did to, what I do to spice it up a little bit is, I don't know if you can see this, but it looks kind of weird. But what I do is I boil my raisins. I boil raisins, and I put 2 like cubes of ginger, and I just let them boil and boil and boil. And I use this water, and I'll cook my oatmeal in this water. Okay, and I'll eat that. I'll cook my husband separate with sugar. But that I'll eat, and it'll be really good, really flavorful. You can throw in some cinnamon, some nutmeg, or you know, whatever. But that's one way. Another way is to chop up 1 of your apples and boil it in there. Throw in a stick of cinnamon, or you know, you don't even have to have the cinnamon. Just boil. You boil up 1 apple, and then you use that water, and you obviously put the apple in the oatmeal also. And that's another good recipe. Those are the 2 best recipes that I found that I like. It's flavorful, and you don't have to use the sugar to get it like that. So, another thing is that I really like chips. Well, not really chips. I like my wheat thins, like the crackers. I don't like all crackers. I really like wheat thins. So, I'll find myself really kind of craving it. So what I decided to do is just work it into my total calorie daily intake And you guys can do that too. You know, if you have one thing that you really like and you really can't do without it, or, you know, if you're getting the tick or you're getting the itch to, you know, maybe it's chocolate for you, maybe it's, you know, cheese. Oh, and one thing I wanted to share with cheese really quick is that I've been watching a few documentaries on how to lose weight and different things and different studies that have been going on, especially the BBC channel, Truth About Food. Type it into YouTube. That's really cool. You'll find a lot of things. But one thing is that with the calcium, your calcium helps you pass through your body fat so that your body doesn't absorb the fat as much if you have the calcium. So don't skip out on your cheeses. Don't skip out on your milks. As long as they're reduced fat, low fat, they can be low calorie and still help pass through the fat. So I thought that was very interesting and definitely worth sharing. So hey, go ahead, grab some low calorie cheese or reduced fat cheese and the calcium, or take calcium supplements, but the calcium will help pass through the fat. And I saw that on Truth About Food on BBC. So anyhow, day 11, like I said, total calorie intake was 1,059 and 500 calories expended. Now, my milk was really low that day. Like I said, you know, I'm trying to find out the balance point, what's too much, what's not enough. And obviously, 1,059 calories was not enough. So I upped it a lot yesterday, and I ate 1,498. So that's 1,500 calories, and I burned 525, which is not a lot. And yesterday, I cooked some spaghetti for my husband, spaghetti meat. He really likes that, so I cooked the spaghetti meat. And I wanted to share one more cooking tip, just one more. If your family is eating spaghetti, or if your husband, or if you really want that spaghetti meat, go ahead, make your recipe. Just write down everything that you're putting in the spaghetti meat and total up the calories. What I did is I figured out that I had 20 ladlefuls of food, so I divided the whole calories by 20, and that's how I found out how many calories was in one ladle full of food. So one quick tip is to cut up asparagus into long, skinny pieces. Cut it in a bunch of asparaguses, cut it in half, cut it in half, and a half, and a half, until it gets really thin, until, you know, it's thin enough that you can use it as a spaghetti substitute. So instead of actually having the spaghetti noodles, have your asparagus noodles. And I thought that was really neat. And if you are still having a little bit of a craving for spaghetti, throw in like an ounce of whole wheat pasta or whatever you like. So I do that. And then another thing that I did recently was it wasn't as good as the asparagus, but celery. I cut it in half and in half and in half, and I used that as a substitute, like the really thin slices. I used that as a substitute for spaghetti noodles, and I found that was really delicious and helpful. So that's what's been going on. I haven't had breakfast. What I figured out is that if I eat breakfast right when I wake up, obviously I get hungry sooner. So I'm going to eat my breakfast at 9. I'll have a cup of coffee with my husband when I wake up at 5. But I'll wait until 9 to have like a bowl of oatmeal, or, you know, just my morning breakfasts. So another tip that I wanted to share, if I have enough time, is coffee. Have a cup of coffee, have 2 cups of coffee before your workout, and that'll give you the extra oomph, the extra, you know, steam to get through your workouts. So that was really neat. And then one thing about that is that, you know, don't get so dependent on the coffee to work out that, let's say you have 30 minutes. Yeah. So I found those, well, I hope that you find them helpful. And your videos are so awesome. I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much for the shout outs. Again, XO Hannah and Emmy Charles, they're really sweet people. So I'll talk to you later. You all have a blessed day. Peace be on you. Keep it up. We can do this with God's help. Keep on going. Bye, guys.